Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. I'm here today with the fourth layout for my October kit. And this one's called Summertime Adventures, and it kind of has a subtitle, but basically it's called Summertime Adventures. So I'm starting with this really pretty red tone-on-tone chevron, and I really like this piece of paper. It is from My Mind's Eye, I believe. I believe it's the Cupid's 14, number 14 collection or whatever that is. And I'm going to make some photo corners with this blue paper. So I thought the blue was a little too bold on its own, so I'm making some kind of large photo corners just to add a little bit of the color but not add too much. This took me a little under an hour to complete, and I really like how it turned out. I was loving the really bright blue and green, but I really like this red chevron paper, so I wanted to make sure I used it, and I'm really happy I did. This layout has a lot of the blues and the greens, and I really like the contrast of that against the dark red in the back. Now I used the back side of that SEI paper, and I think it was called Monsters, and it's green with kind of blue, different tones of blue polka dots on it. And I used that kind of to mat the photo. I really wanted to use these. These were my little cupcake holders that I flattened out, but I ended up not using them on this layout. I use them in a couple layouts from now, but I don't use it on this one. I have all these little small pieces of vellum, just scrap vellum that I'm going to use, and I'm just going to fill in the other two corners with this vellum. Trimming off anything that's extra just to make sure that I keep it in my kit. I'm trying to really be good about what I use and not overuse things just as an effort to get rid of them. I'm really actually trying to conserve my stash. Even though these are stash kits, I am trying my hardest to make sure that my stash lasts as long as possible. Now, with that being said, I am almost out of my glue runner, and I just have not made it over to the store to buy more. So I'm using some double-sided tape. You'll see me kind of pull it in here and there. I'm just kind of supplementing my tape runner with that because I'm not sure when I'm going to make it to the store. I've been out of glue here for almost out of glue for about 3 weeks. So I pulled out my Tombow Mono multi-glue. I've pulled out my I had some foam tape. I pulled out my double-sided tape here. I pull out a bunch of different things to use just to supplement so I don't have to keep going to buy more glue or tape. I just want to make sure that, well, frankly, I'm being lazy at the moment, but I also do want to make sure that I'm using things that I have, just to kind of use them up. If they're sitting there and I don't ever use them, they're going to dry out and then I'm not going to use them. So just trying to be smart about what I'm purchasing. Now, as you can see, I used the little offcut from that doily up in the top right corner, and then I used a small sliver of that green polka dotted paper kind of up in that corner as well. This summer to-do list was actually on a 4x6 card. I believe it's a Simple Stories card, and it had like a clipboard at the top, so I cut that part off. First I had left the clipboard on there, but I cut it off before I even started this video. I just didn't like the way it looked because it brought in the brown tones, and I didn't have that anywhere on my page. So what I'm listing here are different things that we did that summer. Picnics outside, days at the pool, concerts downtown, chilling at the museum, playing at the airport, running at the park, visiting family, cookouts with friends. And I'm going to layer it on top of this striped, it's a green and white striped bag, and as you can see right there, I actually folded the bottom under. That's when I was looking at using this card, this summer to-do list, with another layout. The bag was too long for that card when I trimmed off the clipboard part of it, so I just folded the bag under and taped it with some washi tape just to make it a little bit more proportional to that summer to-do list. And since this photo is us at the museum, I put a little sequin star next to that one that I had listed chilling at the museum. I'm going to pull in this bright green satin ribbon, and this is from American Crafts. And I have this scallop circle. It's from a jelly bean soup oh, what do you call that thing? It's not chipboard, but it's like a die cut. It was like a die cut piece of 12 by 12 paper. And I just punched all the stuff out of it because they were already perforated. I just punched it out. And I'm backing a piece of it. I'm going to cut this scallop into a bunch of different pieces. And I'm backing part of it here with this blue, thinking I'm going to use it right there at the bottom. I end up changing my mind, and I'm going to layer it right there under that summer to-do list. As you can see, I'm still using my tape runner. I'm using it sparingly. In pieces that are large, I'm using my double-sided tape. In pieces that are small, I'm using my Tombow Mono. And then I've actually started using my Tombow Mono a lot more now that I've got these tweezers. I'm putting on my sequins and small bits with that. It actually holds really well. I always liked it, but I just went away from using it for whatever reason. And I really like these reddish, they're kind of like they're not a true red. They're kind of a reddish, like a pinky red foam alpha. I love those. There are a lot in that set. So I'm going to use those here. They're just blending in with the background too much. So I'm going to go back to this idea of using this satin ribbon, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just tacking the ends, kind of hold it in place. And then I'm going to layer my title right on top of that. Just going to secure the ends on the back. You can glue it down with your glue or your tape runner along the entire ribbon, and it holds perfectly fine. If you're going to secure it on the back, though, I don't see any point in putting the tape runner along the whole ribbon. There's just no point if you're going to secure it on the back. It'll stay put if you tack it kind of at the ends and in the middle. And then I'm even layering things over top of it, so it's definitely going to stay put. Now I'm going to add this label. It's just a green and white label. I'm going to layer it here, and that's just to kind of give a little bit more emphasis to the beginning of my title. And then I'm also going to add this flare badge. There are going to be 2 flare badges on this layout. I believe one is Recollections, and I can't remember where the other one came from. I ordered it online, and I truly cannot remember where it came from. I believe I think I got it from 2 Peas in a Bucket, but I can't remember what brand it is. And it's kind of that honeycomb one that you see up at the top next to the yellow one. I don't use the yellow one on this layout, though. So I'm using these little, these are Lily White. They're Doodlebug Design alphas, and it's got the circles, the tiles, and then the actual shaped alphas. And so it says Summertime Adventures, and then I'm going to use a rub-on here shortly. It's a SEI rub-on, and it's going to say Experience. So it's going to be kind of above the summertime and above the adventures, but kind of in between. So that's kind of my subtitle. So it says Summertime Adventures is actually the title, but then it's also going to say Experience Adventures. So it could be kind of a subtitle. I have all these little chevron pieces that were in the inside of a border strip, and I thought they would be perfect to add. They're that same kind of in that blue color family, and I'm going to add it pointing to the title, pointing to my photo, and then pointing in from the edge, kind of in my 3 large sections on the layout. Now I do something right there. I put those chevron pieces down, or the little arrow pieces down, and later I'm going to go back and add a little bit of this green ribbon up here, and I should have put the sticker pieces down on top of my ribbon because I'm having a difficult time with my ribbon moving, and I don't want to use my Tombow Mono on it because of the fact that it's a satin ribbon. It kind of soaks through, and I just don't like the way it looks. Now I'm tacking down my doily here with some Tombow Mono, and I actually folded down the corner where I cut it so it's not such a sharp edge. And this is where I'm adding my little bit of the satin ribbon, and I wish I had thought to pull up the stickers and then put it down. But once it's in my page protector in my album, you're really not going to be able to tell, and I'm hoping that that'll keep the ribbon from floating around. It is tacked on the back, so it's not going to go too far, but it's having a hard time sticking to that doily. All right, so here I had to go get some ice cream. This is actually some cherry amaretto ice cream, and it's got like chocolate shavings in it. Oh my god, it's delicious. I think that's been my new thing: scrapbooking at night and eating ice cream. Terrible, terrible, terrible. but it's been my thing. At least I only do like a small little bowl. Could be much worse. I'm going to use another piece of that doily up here at the, not doily, what do you call that thing? That thing. Scallop circle. Haha. Using another little bit of it at the top, and then the last little bit will be on the left side by the photo, and it's overlapping with the doily, and I like the texture that gives. These are those SEI rub-ons, and I'm just putting them down. I have a little green circle. I only had one, but it fits with the colors. Oh, and this is where I'm showing the card where I use the rest of those rub-ons. They were starting to get a little old. I mean, I've had them for at least 3 years, and I don't think they were new when I bought them. So I'm actually surprised that they work as well as they do. They have to rub. You do, as you can see here, and this is sped up ×4. But they stick really well. I'm truly honestly impressed. All right, so this is the basis of my layout. I am going to add a few small things here and there, but mostly this is about the way it ends up looking, and I'm very pleased with it. I like the green and the blue, but also the white makes it kind of pop a little bit. And then of course I love the red on the background. I'm scattering a bit of sequins around. I don't know that I would have done this if it weren't for the fact that those were my embellishment of choice this month, where I was trying to use it more than I would normally use it. But I really do like how it ended. I try a couple different combinations here of scattering more, but it just seems like forced, so I take some of those back off. And this is how they're going to end up looking. Using my little tweezers here. I love these. It took me a while to get used to them because the fact that you squeeze to open them is so backwards to me. It's like not normal tweezers. I like them. I really do like them. It's really nice to use them. Very easy to pick things up, especially the sequins. And these stars are flat, so a lot of times I have to like stick my finger down and get them to stick to my finger. But the tweezers have a sharp enough point on the end that they pick them up. So we are nearing the end of the layout here. I'm just kind of looking around, seeing what else I want to add. I'm going to add a few stickers, and that's going to be about it. I do add a few of these white sequins. I felt like it needed a little bit more of a pop of white. Since I don't have a ton of white on the layout, I do have some, but just not a ton. But I'm really enjoying this October kit. I am way far ahead of what this voiceover or what this video is actually going to be when it goes up. I am actually on, let's see, layout 10, and this right here is layout 4. So I'm actually pretty far ahead. I'm hoping to get hopefully 12 layouts done. We'll see. But I'm just finishing off with some white gel pen all around the edges. This has another little pop of white, and this finishes off my layout after I get the stickers on. I hope you guys are enjoying. Thanks for sticking with me. I do a lot of my videos and voiceovers at night, so sometimes my energy level is not the highest, but I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and also subscribe so you can see what else I have coming up. I try to post my videos 3 times a week, and give me some ideas of things that you guys might like to see if you'd like to see something different than what I post. I am planning to do an album flip through for my 2013 album once I get there's one journaling that I need to do on one layout, and other than that, I'm completely done with that album. So I'm thinking about doing an album flip through. Let me know if you guys would like that for my 2013 albums. I have 2 of them. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy your day. Bye.